Greetings, fellow Mustangs, and a marvelous Monday. You may notice that my co-host, Kevin Eltner, is missing, and well, I must say, it's pretty roomy now that he's gone. This week, we have a special message from the Philanthropy Club, and a new segment called M&M Movie Reviews. But first, let's head over to Derek Shadler in the Mustang stable.
Hello and welcome back to the Mustang stable. Lady Stanks fell to Camel County Camels last Tuesday with a 59-41 score. Megan Sider led the team with 12 points, and Rachel Young and Ava King had 10 points. Lady Stangs in the season with a record of 11 wins and 14 losses. The Mustangs also lost in the first round of their district tournament. They fell to Scott with a 58-52 score. Jacob Side led the team with 19 points, and Jackson Crawford and Bryce the Goose Kramer had 10 points. The Mustangs in the season with a 19-8 record. Alright, I'm going to send it back to the front desk with Ben.
Thank you, Derek. Now, let's watch a special message from the Philanthropy Club.
So, you good? Yeah. Alright, what is philanthropy?
I have no idea.
It is the, donating your time, your talent, or your treasure back to the community over like a long period of time, help the community out over a long period of time. So, how could you be philanthropic?
You could volunteer your time at churches or other organizations.
What do you think is like a pressing issue in our community?
Say maybe autistic children, like how they're treated in schools, and other children who are not as mentally as, yes, thank you.
Do you know of any organizations that could use our help? We have like a grant we have to give out. So do you know of any?
Autism awareness.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. So what is philanthropy?
It's where you start your own business, right?
Okay.
What could be wrong, right?
Do you think you're a philanthropist? Philanthropy is like when you donate your time, talents, or treasures over like a long period of time. So,
Okay. Am I?
Do you think you're a philanthropist?
No.
No. How could you be one?
Donate more time?
Good. What do you think is like a really serious issue in our community?
Serious issue. Humbugs.
Angry people. Do you know any organizations that could use our help?
Cancer organizations.
Alright, we good? Alright, so what is philanthropy?
Philanthropy is helping others, like maybe you can give a gift, or basically the more fortunate people helping the less fortunate.
Alright, should we tell them what it is, or know what it is?
Yeah.
I think I got a good
do
idea.
you think you are a philanthropist?
In some ways, probably not as much as I could be or should be, but maybe more so with time than with large financial gifts.
Yeah, so how could you be philanthropic?
Well, you could donate time, help out, volunteer at your church, youth group, whatever.
Okay. So what do you think is a pressing issue in our community in regards to philanthropy?
Well, I think that sometimes we have a tendency to just worry about ourselves and not other people, which is easy to do and sometimes understandable, but the right thing to do is to be more caring about other people.
Last one is, do you know of any philanthropic or non-profit organizations that can use our help? If not.
Probably not off the top of my head. I mean, there's all kinds of organizations.
What is philanthropy? Philanthropy is giving money, time, and talent to people who need it over a long period of time. For a long period of time. Do you think you're a philanthropist? Do you want the honest answer?
Yes. Honesty is the best policy.
No, I don't. How could you be one? I could be one by volunteering at many different places. Volunteering. What is this going on? Digital media?
What do you think is a serious issue in our community?
I think that heroin addiction is definitely a big problem in our society today.
Do you know any philanthropic organizations that help with this?
No.
Now, we have a new segment called M&M Movie Reviews. This segment will bring you the latest reviews on the newest movies. Let's see what movie will be reviewed today. Hello, and welcome to M&M Movie Reviews. I am Ben Cook.
And I'm Justin Gresham.
On this segment, we'll be talking about the latest movies that have come out in the past few weeks, and we will give them the best review you've ever seen.
Today, we will be reviewing the movie Deadpool, which came out several weeks ago.
And oh my goodness, this movie is awesome!
I've not had the pleasure of seeing it yet, Ben, so please don't spoil it for me.
Alright, well, I'll try not to spoil it too much, but here's the plot. A guy named Wade Wilson is a local mercenary in a run-down town. And, he does occasional couple good deeds to, help out the townsfolk. But his whole life changes one day when he meets the girl of his dreams. He is forced to leave his girlfriend, but a corporation comes to talk to Wade and say, we have a way out for you. And lo and behold, they transform him into the indestructible, coolest person ever, Deadpool.
Well, Ben, let me stop you there, because it's not exactly indestructible, since he can still get killed.
Oh, yeah.
Just won't die.
What did you think of Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool?
Like I said, I haven't seen it, but what I've heard, however, is that he does a fabulous job.
If you're a hardcore Deadpool fan, stop this review right now and go see this movie, because you will love it.
If you're not a comic nerd, you should still see it.
Yes, but unfortunately, if you're easily offended, some of the humor can be seen as quite offensive.
Well, it is rated R for a reason, Benjamin.
Yes, very bloody and gory. But you can't fight the fact that Deadpool made $135 million in its opening weekend. That is the most of any R-rated movie ever. Now that is impressive.
Indeed it is, Ben.
We now talk about some of the downsides of this movie. J-Dog?
I hear that the villain Ajax is poorly introduced and has no backstory.
Yes, Ajax doesn't really have that much of an origin story other than he's a mutant himself, and he gives Wade Wilson these abilities.
Would you say that this is a family film?
No, I do not recommend you go see this with your 6-year-old children, okay? Well, this is Deadpool. He is a superhero that is portrayed as offensive his whole life, okay? The final verdict, when it comes to rating these movies, me and J-Dog give them a possible rating between 1 and out of 5 stangs. For Deadpool, this movie is packed with comedy. Ryan Reynolds does amazing, and all the fourth wall breaks and comedy. It's just one awesome movie. But the average flaws, yes, the flaws, thank you, J-Dog, just holds it back from me possibly getting the highest score ever. But Deadpool stands strong. It gets a solid 4 out of 5 stangs with J-Dog's seal of approval. Deadpool surely was an epic movie. Now, to end this broadcast, let's head over to the one, the only, the Weathermax.
Max, best weatherman in the universe.
Hi, it's the Weathermax. How are you? Normal weather we're having this week, and we're going to start off on Monday. You see here, it's going to be partly cloudy, a high of 50 and a low of 31. Tuesday, it's going to be mixed with snow and rain. It's going to be a high of 53 and also a low of 38. Move over to Wednesday, it's going to be a little bit of thunderstorms, maybe some rain in there obviously, and it's going to be a high of 51 and a low of 37. Alright, I'll move over to Thursday and can't be normal anymore. Alright, let's go. Move over to Thursday. It's going to be pretty cloudy. It's going to be a high of 50 and a low of 32. Yeah? Alright, Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be a high of 45 and a low of 29. Alright, Saturday, it's going to rain a lot. High of 45 and a low of 30. And then Sunday, you want to know about Sunday, don't you? Sunday, it's going to be a mix of rain and snow. It's going to be pretty crazy. High of 49 and a low of 29. Now that's Max with your weather again this week. Thank you.
That concludes this week's broadcast. Have a glorious one, Mustangs, and we'll see you Monday.